Everyone has that one go-to snack that they love but hate to admit because supposedly it's just for kids. This week, we're drafting kid snacks that we secretly love but don't always like to admit.
What fun fruit roll-ups will we roll out next?
Welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast. Coming at you from the new Local 218 studio. I am Dave Badeaux with Mayor City of the Brainerd, something like that. Those words were in there somewhere. And with me, as always, is my brother.
Das Flutenduten in the new studio.
Hey, thanks for coming on. And with us, as always, is the Councilman Gabe Johnson.
Thanks, Dave.
So let's go ahead and get started. We've got a new segment on the podcast. This is Draft Day. And this episode of Draft Day, episode number 1, you could say the first overall pick, is kid snacks. So how this came about was I was sitting at home. I had the 3-year-old with me because he was off from school for the day, from preschool. We call it school. So it's daycare. And it's now officially at someone's house. So we have daycare that is in someone's house, and he's very quick to tell you that it's just her house.
It's not a school.
It's not a school. It's just her house. But had the day off, and so he was at home with me, and I made SpaghettiOs for him. Now, of course, he's 3 years old, so even just a regular can of SpaghettiOs, what a complete waste. He's not going to eat even more than 3 spoonfuls of this. So I sat down with him, and we together ate SpaghettiOs with meatballs. And whilst doing it, I texted these two knuckleheads, and I was like, spaghetti and meatballs, actually underrated. It is a completely acceptable lunch if you're sitting next to your kid. But that got us thinking, what are the other foods that are acceptable as an adult or that you secretly love but don't want to admit? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to draft those options. We've got a list put together. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
I knew that's where that was going. We've got a list put together. We went through, and so that we didn't have overlap of chicken nuggets, chicken fingers, chicken drummies, we made a list of 12 items and then 3 drinks. And the goal of this is to draft your preferred adult kid lunch. And so we're going to go through this. We've got 12 items and then 3 drinks. And we're going to see what happens. But let's go ahead and give you the items. So the first item that we have that is a draftable, what do we call it? What do you call the people? The prospect? Is it a draftable prospect?
Sure. Yes.
We got to get you guys on some drugs or something. Like I'm going to just start lining up. Never mind.
Hold on. My jacket's over there.
All right. Number 1, Chicken McNuggets. Number 2, mini corn dogs, mac and cheese, pudding cup, string cheese, pizza rolls, SpaghettiOs, Lunchables, Sugary Cereals, fruit snacks, Pop-Tarts, and PB&J. Those are the items that are draftable. Each of us can go off board one time and select an item that is not on the board. But of course, like for example, fruit snacks includes all snacks that are of the fruit snack variety. So fruit roll-up, fruit by the foot, Gushers, all the same thing in this as well. So
Gushers.
So we flipped a coin before we got started. I didn't even see who won. So Gabe, you're going to go first. Scott, you have the option. Do you want to go second or do you want to go last?
I will go last.
Scott's going to go last. All right, that puts me right in the middle. That means I don't have any of these double moves because it will be a standard snake draft. 4 rounds, and then the final round for your drink. If you want to draft the drink earlier, you can as well. It's kind of
I've never heard the term snake draft before.
Really? How have you never heard of a snake draft? A snake draft is where you go down to the end and loop back.
Yeah.
Standard.
I mean, it makes perfect sense.
You played fantasy football?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
All right, so let's move on. Gabe, with the first overall pick in the most important draft yet
With the
on
first
the iKnowBadeaux podcast.
overall pick in the first overall draft in the iKnowBadeaux podcast, Gabe selects macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese off the board. I think you said this. You are a Velveeta shells and cheese guy, correct?
I am, but nobody in my family is. So I'm a mac and cheese guy.
All right. All right. I would say yes. For me, even the Kraft macaroni is an acceptable, it's acceptable eat.
It's good enough. When you go to restaurants, there are nowadays, now that millennials are adults,
Yes.
they have adult style mac and cheese on
Yes.
every single menu. So, and a great variety. You can't go wrong.
Typically delicious. All right. That's a great first pick. Scott.
I made a mac and cheese pizza for the buffet the other day.
I have seen that in the past. Delicious option.
Pretty good.
Delicious option.
But then I had a bunch of mac and cheese left over,
Yep.
and one of my guys took it cold, scooped it up, breaded it,
Yep.
and deep fried it.
Yep. That's how they do that.
Ooh,
Yeah. That's how
ooh,
they
that was
yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's how they do those. They just get them nice and frosted into a ball and then bread them. I'm going to say this. Here's your next pizza. Back in my drinking days, I used to like to get real liquored up and then just eat whatever's in the house. One day we had a pan of lasagna sitting in the fridge and just a cheapo cheese Jack's pizza. So I cut the lasagna up into little cubes and put it on the pizza.
I'm
Lasagna
gonna stop ya.
pizza. Lasagna pizza.
No.
All right, Scott, you're not, your first pick in the first round of.
I believe if you would pay any attention when I'm talking, I said I would go last.
Oh, you did say you would go last. I got to go now. Don't I? It's true. It's very true. I'm not even prepared. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just go straight to the Chicken McNuggets. I think the Chicken McNuggets are the correct choice in this instance.
All right. Same vein. I'm going to go with the mini corn dogs.
That would have been my next choice.
That was my next choice.
That would have been my next choice. Mini corn dog. We talked about this. You are a ketchup on corn dog guy.
Yep.
Mini corn dogs. My kids. So kids nowadays eat way more ranch than they should. I don't know if your kids are.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just become the go-to, and they'll dip anything in it.
Sometimes if I make something that my daughter doesn't like,
You just put
I
ranch
just,
on
I
it.
just say, here's a
ranch."
bottle of ranch. Eat that.
It's great because like what they're doing that is just gumming the food. And a great example is kids will dip mini corn dogs in the ranch, and then they don't eat the breading, so they're just eating hot dogs in ranch. I do not approve. That is not on the list of acceptable.
Yellow
items.
mustard only, please.
Well, yellow mustard only. A good mustard on like a. Have you ever had the corn dogs that have like the pretzel bite corn dogs? Those are delicious as
I have
well.
not.
Very good with mustard.
In,
Coming
in that instance, I might switch to the mustard.
Okay. Coming back on the background because I've got Chicken McNuggets. I think I've got to get into.
Hold your horses.
No. It's a snake draft. I'm next here, brah. Oh, he's got to go twice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't even
no.
think about that.
Oh no.
All right. Well, in that case, suck it, losers. Uncrustables.
Oh no. So before we got started, we were making our list, and as we got to the end, I was trying not to say what my off the board options were, and these two knuckleheads are like, oh flippin' A, PB&J, oh Christ, Crustables, unbelievable. Whoever came up with that concept, I'm sure it's Smuckers, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You now have little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in your refrigerator, readily available whenever you want.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yep. And you throw them in the toaster.
Yes.
Throw them in the toaster for a
And
couple seconds. You don't have to do any work at all.
The crust is already cut off.
Yeah. Right?
To me, I don't care. The crust is fine with me. I don't care about the crust, but it's the idea that it's just it is a accessible peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah.
Doing that 3 times is just.
No.
Peanut butter and jelly are
Yes.
both so sticky.
Yes.
If you get a tiny bit on your hand, if you got to clean the knife and or spoon.
Yes.
Spoon or knife for your jelly.
Always a spoon.
We got the squirt bottles.
No, unacceptable.
Of course.
See, now this is why I like this.
Forgot that's even a thing.
just doesn't feel right.
And it's not jelly; it's a fruit product.
Gelatinous fruit product. I would say peanut butter and jelly, delicious, right? But because of the work that it takes to do it, and it's not just the making it, it's the now I need a knife and a spoon. I can't because the knife goes in the peanut butter. Can't use both.
I mean, you can't use one for both.
No, you can't use one for both. And then you've got to clean that. So I'm big into. We've talked about this before. I'm big into wash the dish after you use it. My dad taught me that when we were living with him after he got divorced. You wash your dish when you're done.
Dad had to learn that after Mom was gone. There's something I learned.
You say that, but you're absolutely 100% correct. And it probably learned it as the divorce was happening when you were still living together.
Yeah,
it's like
wait
you're now washing your own
cleaning
shit.
up after me.
But I love our dad, and what I love the most about him is how he will come up to you and just be like, you know what I just realized? And that's exactly how this came about. It was like, you know what I realized? If you just wash your dish after you're done, then it's done. And he's 100% correct. You use a dish, you wash your dish. And then when someone in my household asks me to empty the dishwasher, I tell them to fuck off. None of those dishes are mine. Every single one of my dishes is still in the sink drying from the last time I used it 3 weeks ago. But those dishes in that fucking dishwasher are not my dishes.
Yeah, I use 4 dishes, and they are all still in the drying rack of the sink. And when I need another one, I'm going to take it right out of there. I'm going to clean it up, and it's going to go right back in there.
It's going to go right. It's exactly. I have oversized bowl that is the bowl that I use for anything that involves bowls, and then it is just knives, spoons, and forks. That's all. That's pretty much. We're big on paper plates as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we'll move on from that. What I was trying to say from that though is that. The Uncrustable just removes all of that. You just, delicious. Right inside your refrigerator. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich ready to rock. All right. That goes to me then. This is tough. Because I'm going to try and match mine. I'm going to try and get a good variety going here. And I think because of that, I'm going with the fruit snacks. And for me, the appropriate fruit snack is just a fruit snack. All other fruit snack varieties are delicious. Don't get me wrong. Fruit roll-up is okay. Fruit by the foot is superior to the fruit roll-up, in my opinion.
But the fruit roll-ups, sometimes they come with the little stencil bits that you can push out.
They do, but then it's too thin.
They come with tattoos. Oh, I guess they do on the fruit by the foot, too.
I bet they do.
Put your food on your sweaty arm.
They should do that. They should come out with fruit by the foot fruit sleeves, tattoo sleeves, and you just roll it. You roll it like a mummy, and it just tattoos your. You know what? Sold. That it's now officially a product. So, anyways, that's my go-to. What's your go-to fruit snack?
I'll say this because you put them in the fruit snack variety, and I don't agree. You guys probably both agree. I think Gushers are candy.
You say that, but all fruit snacks are candy.
You're not wrong.
I mean, the little Mott's packages.
Yeah, the Mott's are good.
Perfect fruit snacks.
The Mott's are good. You remember the ones that used to be just the strawberries? It was just the little strawberry ones. Those were delicious. Yep. Those need to make a comeback. All right, over to Gabe.
All right, we've got options. So I've got mac and cheese as the star of the show.
That's right.
I really intended to draft the cheese stick, but now I don't know. I'm cheesing it up over here. I'm going to go with the snack pack.
I'm going to go with the snack pack, the pudding cup.
The pudding cup / maybe Go-Gurt in that class.
I'm not a Go-Gurt guy, but I'll accept the Go-Gurt as being the same. It is the same, just a little more tart. And you're snaking. You got another one coming at us here.
Holy shit. Chocolate milk.
God damn it. God damn it.
How's that 2-spot working for you?
I wanted chocolate milk so bad, and it was my next pick. I almost wrote myself under it just because I was like, it's common, baby. I'm getting chocolate milk. Well, then I'm holding off on my drink because I think the other two drinks are completely acceptable. So Gabe, you are rolling. So far, you've got mac and cheese. You've got the pudding cup. Oh yeah. And you've got chocolate milk. That's a hell of a lunch right there. That is a hell of a lunch. I have chicken McNuggets and fruit snacks, and you know what? I'm gonna jump in here. I know we've already got a hot item. But God damn it, if I ain't a guy that likes me some pizza rolls. So I'm going to put those chicken nuggets and those pizza rolls right next to each other. Let them steam each other. And
I might have missed one there. Yeah, that's a good choice.
All right, Scott, what do you got?
I don't remember my options.
So
cheese stick.
We are down to, because we're getting down on here. We've got string cheese, SpaghettiOs, Lunchables, Sugary Cereals, Pop-Tarts, and then your 2 drink options.
Okay.
Plus, you can always go off the board.
Lunchables sounds like cheating.
It's not cheating. It's on the list.
But you get
Meat, cheese, cracker,
cheese
Capri
crackers,
Sun.
Capri Sun,
If you're
and a candy half the time.
I disagree. The candy is a new option as well, and it's going to be in there no matter what. You're going to get a treat of some sort in there. But if you're getting the Lunchable with the Capri Sun, you're doing it wrong. You got to go with just the little square version, not the long, full freaking lunch tray.
All right. Accept.
Okay, you're going Lunchable?
No.
Okay. Ooh, jeez. I thought we had something.
What do I have?
There.
I have the Uncrustable and the.
You are Uncrustable and you are mini corn dogs. So
dogs.
that's a good lunch as well.
That is a pretty good lunch. I'm gonna have to go with the string cheese.
String cheese is off the board.
Yeah.
That's a perfect side to those.
And
What I like to do with the string cheese, one of my favorite foods growing up and to this day
that's the whole point of this entire episode, by the way.
is a mozzarella stick.
Oh yeah,
I remember one time I went out to eat with our sister Jenny and now husband Tim and Tim's parents. And the parents were inquiring, like, well, what's Scott going to eat? We're going out to this nice restaurant or whatever. Well, what are we going to have to pay for Scott? And Tim just goes, yeah, don't worry about it. He'll probably just get mozzarella sticks. And I did. So with a string cheese, I will oftentimes just throw it in the microwave for like 10, 20 seconds, just so it gets just a little gooey and stringy.
Yeah.
We'll try.
Put a little pepper on there.
That's not a bad option.
Oh, it's great.
Great. You are up again as well.
Son of a bitch.
Hold on, did I miss one for you? You have your PB&J. I put that under Gabe. Sorry.
How dare you?
Yep.
Okay, so I have mini corn dogs, Uncrustables, string cheese. Now I need something a little sweet.
Yeah, a little sweet.
The snack pack and fruit snacks are off.
The board.
What other? I mean, aside from a Capri Sun, the Pop-Tart.
You've got the Pop-Tart and the Sugary Cereals. Those are both good. Those pair very well with your meal.
I think I need a drink, and it's time for the Capri Sun.
Oh, okay.
It is time for the Capri Sun.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I appreciate that you just took that off the board. It is a great option. Don't get me wrong. I personally, you see those scare tactic news reels, from time to time. I saw one time where the Capri Sun or whatever version of it was had gotten mold on the inside of it.
No, thank you.
And so since then, I have yet to drink another Capri Sun.
Well, we had,
delicious, but
it was in the news story that I did the one time. But what the hell was wrong with them? Does anyone remember that news story?
I don't remember, but it sounds exactly like what I'm talking about.
Like somebody filled it up with bleach or something. That wasn't that bad.
No,
it was like a cleaning
that
product
was
of some kind.
So through the manufacturer, they had come out with cleaning product in not just clean product, but they had went through the machine that had not been properly washed, and so cleaning product was in the Capri Sun. So
yeah, well, my insides could probably use a good cleaning.
So is that it for you? No, you've got one more option. You've got one more coming back around. Okay, so I'm right here in the middle. We've got the Chicken McNuggets. We've got the pizza rolls. So we're pretty heavy on the warm factor here. I've got my fruit snacks. So I'm gonna go with the option on the board that is the non-heated variety, plus it includes my all-time favorite thing, which is crackers. That's the Lunchables. I'm jumping right in on the Lunchables. And get that pizza Lunchable out of here.
That's my kid's favorite.
Oh, it's horrible. It's so terrible. What do they do? What are you doing to your children?
Feeding them pizza lunch.
Oh my God.
Feeding them pizza for lunch.
I'm getting the turkey and cheese cracker
Pizza
standard.
Pizza at lunch that You fucking make it.
But not even you make it. It's like, okay, we're going to give you enough to do the prep work for your lunch, and then after that, all bets are off. So
My kid just eats the cheese.
yeah,
Right. There's always a lot of sauce left over. I think it's oversauced.
my biggest issue with it is the actual little crust that they have in there. It's not good. It's not good.
No shit.
It's a Lunchable.
Oh, I just drafted Lunchables, so I'm on board with the
And actually, I will say that I think that in the Lunchable, it is the only form of pepperoni that I have ever had that I don't like.
Oh yeah, I can agree with
I've
that.
never had a pepperoni.
I can
and be
agree with
like, this sucks. And the Lunchable pepperonis are, I don't even think they qualify as a pepperoni.
I don't think so either. I think it's
bologna.
I think it's baloney that they dyed. Just put a little food coloring on and call it
Or
a day.
red number 5. You call it.
The problem with the Lunchable is that every once in a while you get, because it's like a turkey roll that they slice up. Every once in a while you get that chunk of not cartilage but like gelatinous.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, but as an adult you just skip that piece. You're like, and this one is garbage now.
I just don't eat the meat out of Lunchables.
Really? I don't. I listen. You give me some cheese and crackers, I'm going after.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You
It's
don't-
a charcuterie board.
If your kids are eating Lunchables and they get done and there's, because I don't recommend eating your kids' lunch. Like if they've bit off their hamburger. Well, no.
That's a bold take. That's a bold take, sir.
What I'm trying to say is, like, you go to McDonald's and your kid takes the 2 bites out of the cheeseburger. I don't recommend going in after that cheeseburger because that you get sick every time.
You're right.
Every single time. But the Lunchable, when they've got it sitting there and they have the items still separated, they haven't put their grubby little fingers on, specifically the meat. I don't need your fingers on the wet turkey.
Sure.
But you don't go in after that. You don't pop a quick cracker stack.
Oh, Ritz and a American cheese, perfect.
Oh, but
keep
you
that
skip
turkey, that slimy turkey away from it.
All right, Gabe, you're up. Options left on the table, but you can go off the board.
Yeah, the mold out of the Capri Sun made me think of mold somewhere else, and that's what I'm going to go with, and that is an applesauce pouch.
Oh yeah,
It's like a little fruit on the side of my lunch.
little fruit on the side. I personally also thought that potentially applesauce should have been on our list here. Even the applesauce cup is a delicious option.
Yep.
I kind of thought that would go along with the pudding cup.
Yeah, kind of, but not once you put it in the pouch. All bets are off.
He said Go-Gurt.
He did, but Go-Gurt. No, I will say.
Oh, boy.
Go-Gurt and applesauce is not even close. Not even close.
It's a dairy and a fruit.
Yeah, you're allowing a little transition in between with that pudding. Because yes, I would say pudding and applesauce kind of close, but applesauce and yogurt.
I've
not
got
even,
Go-Gurt and applesauce on the side of my mac and cheese
I appreciate it. I like
with
it.
my chocolate milk.
All right, Gabe. I think you are last item then.
I'm gonna go. I can't go off the board twice. What are my options?
Can't go off the board twice. You are down to SpaghettiOs, Sugary Cereals, and Pop-Tart.
Just Sugary Cereals. I don't know why this didn't go in the first round, to be honest with you.
It's probably a good option, actually, to tell you the
Some
truth.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Fruit Loops or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Cocoa
agree.
Puffs.
I agree.
My issue with cereal is that I don't think I have ever gotten full
Okay.
off of cereal. I could eat
Yeah, I
2
agree.
full boxes of cereal.
I agree.
And still need
I
a
agree.
cheeseburger.
Because of the sugar.
Well, we talked about the Honey Nut Cheerios the other day. The problem I have with the cereal is that you undercalculate both items. You either have too much milk and not enough cereal.
Right. Well,
or
it's
too much
always
cereal and not
too
enough-
much milk.
Yeah.
And then you get done, you got all this milk. Well, what am I going to do? I'm
put
going to pour some more fucking cereal
You
in
put
there.
more cereal in there,
And then you have too much cereal,
and
so then you have more milk. And eventually you've had 4 bowls of cereal, and you're like, and I'm still fucking hungry.
It's a
Get
never-ending
me an
game.
Uncrustables.
It is a never-ending game.
This is just a crunchy snack on the side of my mac and cheese.
That's all. That is
It's
absolutely
damn
true.
near dessert.
Okay, so I'm going to go off the board for my last item here. In this lunch, I have got chicken nuggets. I have got the pizza rolls. I have got the Lunchable. Oh, no. Oh, I apologize. I have to draft my my beverage, and you guys left soda on the board. So I'm a carbonation guy. My daughter hates carbonation. She likes all sorts of drinks that are not carbonated.
Well, she asks you for beer all the time.
Well, that's a different story. She's 18. She's coming into a world where she's going to college. I absolutely refuse to let her drink, though. Her mom has let her have a couple beverages with her. You're not supposed to do that.
It's just spilling the beans on breaking the law.
Not me. I ain't doing it. You want to break the law? I have a podcast. I will talk about you, but there are other things her mother has done that we can talk about if you really want to.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about
how many
those things.
stop signs does she run?
Yeah, well, I would like to run a lot of stoplights. But anyways, I myself, carbonation is the key to beverage. So soda is my choice for beverage, but I'm gonna throw in just a very specific soda.
Jolt.
Yes. God damn it, Jolt. Somehow the flattest soda that has ever been made, but yet the most caffeine. Does caffeine make soda flat? I think it does. It's science.
It makes it taste like cardboard, that's for sure.
It does. I am going with Tahitian Treat. If we're talking kids and we're talking kids soda, orange soda, delicious.
Orange Crush, yeah.
Orange Crush, delicious, but Tahitian Treat is my go-to.
Tahitian Treat is S tier.
Yeah, it's unbelievable and completely underrated. It is S tier,
Yeah.
but yet you're not seeing people walking around talking Tahitian Treats.
Nope, and you can only find it in gas stations. Maybe I should see if I can get that on the gun at work.
Yes, you should. It's exactly what you should do.
But I'd have to lose one, and it would probably be orange soda that had to go.
Oh, that's a toss-up there. Okay, so Scott, wrap us up. What do you got here to finish us off? Your options on the board are still SpaghettiOs and Pop-Tart. You have not went off the board yet, so you can do that if you would like. There are a couple items here that did not get picked that I would have picked had I not been dumb and forgot to draft a frickin' drink.
Oh, let's see. I'm going off the board.
Okay, he's off the board.
It's off the board.
He's off the board, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like there's probably a better choice in this category, but I can't think of it at the moment, so I'm going with an ice cream sandwich.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Is that acceptable, Gabe?
I don't know.
I don't know that. I thought about it.
I'll go with the drumstick then.
That was kind of the only other one I could think of.
Is it really considered just a kid's food though? Does that count?
When's the last time you had an ice cream sandwich?
Oh God, I more often than you'd like to admit. Because it is my favorite of ice cream. It is my favorite.
We always have them stocked.
They're so good. They're so good. I'll allow it, but I'm going to call.
No, that's an excellent choice.
I'm going to cry.
Are you going to tell me it's not a kid's snack? Your kid doesn't come home and immediately say, "Can I have an ice cream sandwich?"
Oh yeah, if you've got them, they're not sticking around. Yeah, I'll allow it. That puts you at a really high level here, though. That's quite an impressive draft. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have our official draft.
Going last for the win.
The item that started the whole conversation, the SpaghettiO, did not even get drafted by anyone.
That's salty slop.
The one I wanted to draft that I did not was the grilled cheese, and in my opinion, the tomato soup is just a dipping sauce. That is not when you get grilled cheese, any soup, and it could be 5 gallons of soup. It is still just a dipping sauce. You have a 5-gallon bucket of dipping soup.
I will agree.
All right.
What if you don't have tomato soup?
It's still okay.
Will you dip your grilled cheese in ketchup?
No, I will not. That I will not.
I'll do it.
You will do it.
I won't like murder it in there.
I don't
like
know
a murder
how
scene, but it's just a little dip, just a tiny little touch.
Like a murder scene.
Just dripping blood off my.
No, I don't.
You should try it sometime.
I don't know how not to murder things with ketchup. I just like Gabe said the other episode about how kids eat just a stupid amount of ketchup. Oh. I'm in that same boat. I'm formulating a scoop, whatever it is. If it's a chicken nugget, in my case, if it's a pizza roll, it's a swirl and scoop. You dip, you swirl, you try to lift as much as humanly possible, and get that into.
Well, that's how I feel about French fries.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
The only thing that French fries are good for is to deliver ketchup into my mouth.
And it is the reason why the tater tot is far inferior, because it cannot hold the ketchup. When you try to pick up the ketchup with that, you're either leaving the tater tot in the ketchup where it just rips half of it off, or you pick it up and it bends and falls.
Or you're getting ketchup on your fingers.
And then you got to make the decision: do I go in with a fork and like eat this potato with a fork in the ketchup?
It's my ketchup and potato soup.
Unacceptable. All right, so Scott, your draft was, and we'll start right off at the top with the ice cream sandwich because that was the go-to move. Mini corn dog. You had the. Somehow I'm missing one for you.
The Uncrustable.
You had the Uncrustable. There it is.
Because you put that on Gabe.
I fixed it. It's on here. I just can't read. We've established that. Scott's draft was the mini corn dog, the Uncrustable, the string cheese, washing it down with a beautiful Capri Sun, and then finishing off with a delightful ice cream sandwich. Imagine that the guy that owns a restaurant just comes out with a full course meal here. You hit all the steps. Gabe, yours, of course, starting right off with the mac and cheese, just putting it right on the side there. And in my head, this is a delectable, like handcrafted mac and cheese.
Absolutely is. Maybe some lobster on it.
And then you, of course, jumped into that pudding cup. You sprinkled a little sugary cereal on there just for shits and giggles. And then what was your one that was off the board? For some reason, I didn't write it down.
The applesauce.
The applesauce, yes. The applesauce, and then the chocolate milk. Also a delightful meal. The mini corn dogs I think are pulling a lot of weight in that one, though. You got to have a stack of mini corn dogs because you got a lot of mush alongside that.
Yeah, I did.
You had the mini corn.
Yeah,
what was yours?
He has the mac and cheese,
the mac and cheese.
which is also a lot of mush.
I have all mush.
Where is your protein? Where's the
Cheese.
Yeah, there's a lot of protein in dairy.
Okay, all right, but
Yogurt. Tons of it.
yeah, you went hard to mush down.
I eat a lot of mush.
Yeah, he's on the go. Just give me a big ass straw.
Heavy on the mush town. I wanted to draft French fries. I wanted to pull those out because air fryers, which you guys have an air fryer?
Nope.
Air fryers are fantastic, by the way. You pop stuff in there, especially like for the kids. You throw chicken nuggets and stuff in there, walk away. They come out delightful. But you can just dump multiple things in there. So for the kids, it's like I just take 2 bags and just start dumping. You got the French fries, you got the chicken nuggets, maybe some mini corn dogs. They're all in there. But what I ended up with was the Chicken McNuggets with sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's. That's happening.
Honey mustard every time.
Honey mustard?
Just honey.
Oh, just honey
That's a good
is a go-to move. That's another George Badeaux classic.
It is.
Of course.
So much so that I didn't realize that it wasn't the thing that everybody did.
Yeah, but it's still available. It's still available. Of course, the pizza rolls, the Lunchable for myself, and then just hammering home. Oh, excuse me, the fruit snacks. Don't let me forget the fruit snacks. And then washing it all down with a delicious Tahitian treat. I may have diabetes at the end of mine, but it will be a very enjoyable couple of hours before I pass out. I'm taking naps.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that is draft day number 1. Gabe, how do you feel about your Mushtown?
I love it. It's all products I do eat.
Scott, over to you. You ended up with the string cheese, which was that was heavy hitter. We had that high on the list, all of us.
Yeah, what about it?
I'm just wondering how do you feel about your overall?
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. Again, those are all things that I eat. Actually, a hell of a lot of string cheese and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in my house. So to come away with the Uncrustable in round 2.
Yeah, that's a steal.
Steal of the draft.
I will agree to that. That's a steal. And you ended up with the string cheese as well. Those are the two of my highest options. String cheese in our house, the biggest bag you can find. It's always there, and I love how it comes packaged as though it's ammunition in like a Gatling gun, because it's just and that's how it gets eaten too. It's just people in there just ripping off them babies. The string cheese is high on the list, but the Uncrustable, I think what we've learned today is Uncrustables is probably one of the greatest inventions in modern history.
Agreed.
Anything else to wrap up this episode?
If I would have ended up with the nuggets like you did as the protein, my off the board go-to was going to be an Eggo toaster waffle.
Oh.
You should have gone there.
That's what my kid asked for breakfast today, but I didn't have any. I only had a toaster strudel. She wasn't having it.
Should have called us up because that's another one staple in the house every single day. The two little ones, that's breakfast. They each eat a egg waffle. Callie started putting fucking Ready Whip and sprinkles on it, and I had to shut that down.
Stop.
I had to shut it down. I said, you can't fucking introduce that to like that.
At least put a strawberry on there or something.
She does two things that just drive me nuts. That, and then every time they go to Walmart has the cheapest popcorn chicken you can ever find. It's like $1.25 for this little snack size thing. And so every time they go there, they think that they get that. Mm-hmm. And then every time they wake up, literally every day, they think that it is freaking dessert time before we do anything.
Sugar me up. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah. But the Eggo waffle that's unbelievable. Delicious. All right. So I like it. I think we may draft again. I think draft day went well. NFL draft coming up. Minnesota Vikings made the decision that last year's defense was so bad that nobody's coming back.
Right.
Even the people who did make tackles
are gone. I said this to Maverick the other day. That's what happens when you have a coach that is that terrible and the scheme is that terrible. The defense was awful. It was his fault, but everybody lost their jobs. Literally everyone on our defense is gone, and I don't know how I feel about it. There's some players there that I wish we would have kept.
What a stupid bitch!
Absolutely. Many players.
Many players, yeah. I would.
I mean, we should have kept the good ones and then tried to get even better ones.
Hello.
You play to win the game.
With that, let's wrap this episode up. We will be back next week. Thank you for joining us in the new studio. Chances are we're going to look at this camera and it's going to be corrupted again. We know how that's going to work. But what do you think? What do you think about the new studio?
It's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. We didn't turn the blinding blue lights on. But I'm okay with that this time around.
Just only turn that on when Keith comes on.
Just on the side of it.
we blinded him so bad with those lights. There was a shot, and I think I deleted, but there's a shot where he looks down at the light and then grimaces and then does this thing where he's like trying to shake it off like a dog.
Rid of the stars.
Yeah, he's literally shaking his head trying to get rid of the concussion that our light gave.
I don't think you deleted that. I don't think you ever recorded it in the first place.
Fact.
Enough is enough. All right, folks, we'll be back next week, and I believe Justin Goebel's coming back on, and then to finish up the month, last episode of the month will be the Be Kind Rewind 1990. So start boning up on your information for that. It should be a good one. I think 1990 is good. 1991 is like prime time, but I've been looking up some stuff from 1990, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, until then, we're done.
Have you seen the movie Home Team?
No, I have not.
Happy Madison production.
Okay.
Straight to Netflix.
Okay.
It's about the year Sean Payton was banned from the NFL.
Okay.
Oh, is it with Kevin James as Sean Payton?
Yes, it is. And he goes back to his hometown and helps coach his kids' Little League team. Or
Nice.
youth football team. And it's very modern day, wholesome, Bad News Bears-ish. They're a really bad team, and he tries to whip them into shape and blah, 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 get to the end. His son's stepdad is Rob Schneider. Final game of the season, the kicker hadn't made a field goal all season. Comes out in a clutch moment as time's expiring. And it pans to Rob Schneider. And it pans to the kid. And it goes back to Rob Schneider. And then it goes to the kid and the play happens. I was so expecting Rob Schneider to yell, "You can do it." I was so disappointed in him.
You missed it.
You gotta do it.
Oh, God. And the kid, of course,
could you not?
the kid makes the kick, of course.
I'm not going to ruin it. It's a great movie.
There's only a handful of movies that end with the downer of them not winning. And I'm trying to think of which one it was that I just watched recently. It's an older film, but they actually lose the game. And it's like...
Bad News Bears loses.
Yeah, I think that might be one of them. Yeah. But yeah, there's only a handful of them where it ends on just a... Well, what the fuck is that all about?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what we're waiting for. Just take us on the journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then don't wrap it up. Don't tell me in text that each kid went on to become a senator. I don't fucking care. He became a freaking gynecologist. That's the one that they are missing out on. The kid
They have that in a Sandlot, don't they?
Yeah, of course they do. It's always the pervert kid that ends up being
They should become chiropractors.
Yeah, they just,
right. Yeah. If we know anything, if we know anything about anything
about chiropractors,
the
it's
pervy kids.
The pervy kids become chiropractors.
I just want to touch you, flip you over a couple of times, put their dick in your hand, say it's their thumb.
Hey now. What I need you to do is rotate your wrist.
Again.
For science. For science.
No, back, forth. Back, forth. Good. And how's that feel? It feels great. Sorry, I meant you.